Annie suffered subarachnoid hemorrhage in January 2014. She has been left quadriplegic. The only movement that she's got is involuntary movement in her legs, so that she's got a little bit of movement in her right arm. She's not mobile at all. She has a wheelchair, which is a powered wheelchair, and it's powered by the person that's caring for her, so I drive her around in a wheelchair. Since Annie came home to us here in this apartment, I've had to call an ambulance in an emergency probably about 4 or 5 times. The first time that we had to have an ambulance was when Annie was, she had what appeared to be a seizure. When the ambulance came, we found that they came with a trolley to move Annie to the ambulance, but unfortunately the trolley couldn't get in the lift, so they managed to get it up in the lift, but they couldn't get it actually down in the lift with Annie on it. So, you know, we tried every way to get Annie into the ambulance, but unfortunately what we had to do eventually was to hoist Annie into a wheelchair. Because the ambulancemen are not trained with the manual handling as far as the hoist is concerned, I had to hoist Annie into the wheelchair. We took the wheelchair downstairs into the foyer of the apartments. Then I came back up and brought the hoist down, and then we hoisted Annie actually into the trolley out of her wheelchair. We've had instance when the right sort of trolley was brought. It was a trolley that Annie could actually sit up in, so from a lying down position, when they got to the lift, they lifted up the back and brought the feet down so that she was in a sitting position, just about managed to get her into the lift, and then in the trolley then they were able to lay it down flat and you know, ensure that Annie was taken to the hospital. We have had occasion, most recently, where the ambulance turned up and everything that we tried from the trolley couldn't go in the lift. Annie's chair could go in the lift, but unfortunately it wouldn't fit into the ambulance. They didn't have the locking down equipment to be able to lock Annie's wheelchair in. So eventually I had a bright idea of maybe taking Annie in the car, because my car's adapted to take a wheelchair. So we were able to hoist Annie into the wheelchair, take the wheelchair to the car, and the ambulanceman actually came with us in the car and tended to Annie while I was driving and following the ambulance to Morrison Hospital. When we've actually got to the hospital, we found that we've actually been waiting some considerable time there. The longest that we've actually waited has been about 4 to 5 hours outside in the ambulance, and you know, ambulances are equipped to transport people back and forth. They're not equipped to look after people long term. And you know, there are issues with the width of the trolley that Annie's on. The comfort is also an issue, because you know, for anybody that's able-bodied, they're able to sort of adjust themselves so that, you know, if they're uncomfortable they can move. But unfortunately for Annie, she can't move and she gets uncomfortable really quick. For me, where I feel improvements could be made are probably as far as recognising that, you know, there are people like Annie in the community, and in certain circumstances there are difficulties getting people up and down stairs, getting people around sharp corners, etc. So, you know, it's actually being able to pinpoint those for individuals who are living in the community. I think that, you know, another good thing would be a way of flagging up an address and a name, so that when the ambulance is called out, it is equipped to be able to take somebody either with the wheelchair that they have, or, you know, with a specialist trolley, so that, you know, they can get to the hospital. As far as individual ambulancemen or ambulance personnel are concerned, I have to say that I really haven't been concerned with the way that their practice. They've been very, very careful in how they deal with Annie. They take their time in talking with Annie. You know, Annie has a brain injury. They are well aware of how the brain injury can make somebody confused. So although they ask Annie the questions, they do wait for me to answer. So, you know, it's good that, you know, they're able to sort of see those issues. And also the issues around dignity, you know, when we've had to take Annie down and then hoist her out in the foyer of the apartment block. As I said, they were very well aware of issues around dignity and, you know, issues around ensuring that Annie was safe and felt safe and comfortable.